Hey. How you doing? All right. Yes. All right. Okay. Boy.
There's already natural separation. In that,
Yeah.
where we stand here now, we are at an intersection where if you were to come from Fortney, if you look straight ahead, you take a shot straight ahead, you can see the natural shaping as it were already of an existing road. This road takes you all the way to the top of Fortney Estate. So even, so as I was saying earlier, insofar as serving as an escape route or an emergency exit for the Fortney Eggleston area in the event of a disaster, this is where you would, so you'd come from Fortney or Eggleston, whichever way, and get to this point, and rather than going west into Newtown, you would now go southwest.
Okay.
Or southeast, southeast, and you then move up this road as you can see here, which will take you into Kingsville Reigate.
Okay.
And you just exit from there, and you continue straight across.
Is this a natural road or?
It's already a natural road there. We can call it part of the old estate road.
Yes,
so
yes,
even
yes.
in terms of the level of technical expertise, in terms of engineering, surveying, that is almost already there. In that you do not now have to go like in the days when you would have to let a team of guys out to do tracing of the areas and to determine, what level of difficulties you're going to find. You would have to do that, obviously. You must do surveys and for your topographies, etc. But I'm saying the extent to which you would have had to do it has already been minimized, since that already natural estate road is existing and it can take you all the way into Reigate. I've walked it before, so we just, for the purposes of the exercise we're doing today, we will stick to see how much of it we'll cover. But again, the possibility is tremendous, it is great, and there's no question of reinventing the wheel, because that thing is already technically in existence.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Okay.
And insofar as the housing development and stock is concerned, for the relocation, which is exceptionally critical, and one cannot overemphasize the need to have the residents, especially people who live on the almost near shoreline of Newtown, from the Newtown Savannah to so far as Citronella is concerned.
Yes.
I mean, every year these people's lives are at stake. They live under threat. They're in peril. I mean, we are just a blessed people in that we have not had loss of lives during our hurricane season, and even sometimes when we have freak storms. So I think the time has come when we really have to look into the possibility of relocating, and there can be no better place at this point in time than right here into this Charlotte Valley area. As you can see, there's a large expanse of flat land.
Yes.
I mean, you look at areas where people build houses. I mean, you wonder why on earth they build houses there, and what is it that our planning division and housing division is doing? Because even to protect them people against themselves, but because of the dire need and the desperation, they build hanging houses. But here in this area, this is non-existent. You have perfectly flat land. I mean, you would have to do a complete survey to analyze what sort of parcels of land you're going to allocate per house.
Yeah.
But of my experience, having worked in all the divisions at the ministry for many years, I can safely say here we can put in at least a good 200, 250 houses of comfortable size within this whole area. So can you imagine what it means for economic and social development for us in Roses South? I mean, come on. I cannot help but feel proud that I am part and parcel of this mission to seek to enlighten and to bring to the fore, to the powers that be, and to we as a people, as a community, the need to develop what already exists for our own personal development. And you alluded earlier to the possibility of tourist development. I mean, here again, as we walk this place, the whole natural environment Here can become a perfect place where people can just relax and casually just walk. You know, when you do this thing, and if you were to take it into the getting into the right area, the tourists will just come and find a lovely walk, even a drive-through. You'll be living right in the heart of nature insofar as it were here. I mean, you have a natural, right now it's almost down to a stream, but it's like a river meandering right through here. And even that too has a bit of life in there. So, you know, I couldn't see any reason. And let me just say it here now, it's interesting where we are at the point at which we are now. We are at a box culvert crossing. Okay? This almost, well, not almost, it serves as a bridge. And in many respects, it is even better designed than some of the crossings that I know that exist on public roads and other housing development areas. And that is an indication as to the development and the which was already envisaged.
So when was that developed?
To be very honest, I can't tell you when, but it's a few years ago. But again, because there was already on the initiative of the owners of this place, they had decided to subdivide this place into private property.
Okay.
So hence, this being built and the roads already being cut for private development. But if subject to correction, I think it was in the days of the Freedom Party, they sort of put a stay on the owners doing private development.
Okay.
Because, again, they saw the need for relocating and enhancing the lives of the people of NEWTOWN, which is that section of Rose South. So therefore, the owners couldn't go ahead with the private development because it has been reserved for an entire development for the people of NEWTOWN.
So this particular road there, it leads to where?
This leads into Fort May.
Okay.
So this leads into Fort May. So again, you know, I do not want to comment or make any statement, anything that I cannot ascertain or verify. But I have been hearing whispers that here, the project in terms of government acquiring here for the expansion of NEWTOWN may, and I use the word may have been shelved because the area is not conducive to housing. This is absolute madness. I cannot imagine any place better now in Rose South and in many areas of Dominica that is more conducive to housing than here. In terms of tranquility, open space, and everything that is required for establishing a perfect housing community.
Because what I'm seeing here, I'm not seeing a mountain here. I'm seeing, you know, flat land.
The entire area from the NEWTOWN main road up to that point where it gets into Fort May. Right, coming from the Charlotte Valley side.
Yes.
It's a vast expanse of flat land. Vast expanse of flat. You know, and and one of the good things about it, when you're looking at the whole question of social development, you also want to take into consideration not only providing housing for the people who need it badly, but you want to provide recreational facilities as well for the residents. And here has more than enough space.
Any ideas to the acreage? How many acres?
No, honestly, no, I can't tell. But I'm sure these are things we can find. I mean, the owners are alive today. The physical planning development, the land and service division would be able to give us that information. But to give a guesstimate, I would want to think we're looking at anything pretty close to 100 acres of land here.
Yeah.
In total.
Yeah.
You know, so again, when you think of that, tell me, the prospects, and one way to tell me the chances are the project will be shelved because it's not conducive to housing. I mean, who determines that? Who says who?
Yeah.
You know?
Because the impression we're getting is the whole area is mountainous, and I'm not seeing that.
We have not seen a good hill.
I'm telling you. And a lot of the flat land is covered with forests that can be cleared. Apartment buildings can be constructed. Lots can be allocated. And a scheme can be put. You know. So.
And I'm happy you make mention. Because again, some people tend to figure, if you talk about housing development, you may just looking at it some kind of commune.
Yeah.
But no, there's sufficient land space that, as you've rightly alluded to,
Yeah.
you can have in terms of different component segments, of the housing stock, apartment buildings.
Yeah.
Very conducive for the construction of apartment buildings. You want to allow some people, as it were, some measure of their own privacy. You have enough land that you can subdivide and have private homes. We can have the homes properly fenced out, that kind of thing.